Hello, my lovely ladies, and with respect, I will let you know in a while why. With respect towards you, our ladies, thank you for being ladies. Thank you for putting up with us. Thank you for not telling us off every time we do so many mistakes. And welcome to the Island of Cyprus. This is a part of my office in my dance school. I usually like to do the verbal lessons in places like this. It feels more a little bit homey. And now I know that 30% of my viewers in my channel are ladies. And I've put a few ladies videos inside, but I wanted to do this video for a long time. How can you ladies become a better dancer for salsa, because this is Let's Talk Salsa, but for any other style, for bachata as well, for tango, any style, this will apply. These 6 things, which I will ask for you to actually take a pad and a pen and note the 6 things down throughout the video. The 6th one at the end is the one that you really want for. No, this is not a clickbait, so you stay until the end. It is to the end because going into the car, people do not fix the mirror first for a half an hour and then fix the chair. First, you fix your chair and then you fix your mirror. Now, this little proverb now will show itself slowly, why we need to learn 5 other things and to be free of them, and then going into the category of the last and the 6th, which is very advanced in my opinion. And now I'm gonna say a few things more. I know you want me to get into it. You can skip forward, ladies, but as ladies, you would understand, I need to explain myself. Why do I believe I'm also qualified to help you? The number one thing is that I've been doing it for over 2 decades, teaching everyday ladies how to do the lady steps correctly and have results. And I've seen them grow and I've seen them become professional from advanced to shows. And it shows that the technique works. So the things that I'm going to tell you, even if you don't learn them from me, and you look on YouTube or in different places, go learn them and you'll see a huge difference. What I mean also is I've been to the USA and to the UK and I've done my diplomas, all 5 international sports dances, salsa, mambo as a man, and then I had to know all the steps as a lady. And I had to do the choreograph as a lady, and I was high amended of my styling of putting fingers and using softness, but still maintaining the masculinity in me. I don't know what that meant. Maybe it's because I have a beard. But ladies, this is not for me to boast it's just to say that I have the knowledge from both sides. I know where you're coming from, and I know sometimes you put yourself in one position. Let's rate myself from 1 to 20, how good I am, or from 1 to 10. I would prefer from 1 to 20. And I would prefer to say you're not good at one thing. You're not good at being salsa from 1 to 20, 15, for example. There are 6 things that you need to know. 6 things that you need to really understand. And that will make you a great salsera or a great follower in general. And if you learn these 6 things that I will tell you what to do in order to learn them, you will see yourself being better and better and better. Okay? Now I'm not gonna torture you anymore. Through the eyes of a guy as well who's danced with beginners all his life as well, with intermediate. I counted over 50 ladies in one night in a party of 2,500, 3,000 people from 9 at night until 7 a.m. in the morning. That one night of experience alone, of these hands, I dance with champions, and I always am excited to see what they do and what they don't do actually. So I could dance with a lady that follows perfectly and there's something missing. And you're like, does that really exist? If I explain you these 6 things you have to know, yes, you're gonna see that they really exist. Sorry, I didn't want to torture you so much with my introduction, but I really wanted to get things out of the way, clear of who I am and why I'm in the position to help you out. So let's go to the first one. The very, very first one, you're gonna say like, duh, Alex, it's timing. All right, so I've been dancing many times with ladies that have been doing a decade salsa, on one, on two, Cuban, doesn't matter. I dance all three styles. So, and in all cases, in all styles, I've danced with ladies that are actually teachers as well, and they miss the timing. I'm not talking about once every blue moon. I mean, really get off the timing. When I break the steps and I do some footwork, they get confused. And I'm just feeling sad for that. So let's put that aside and talk about you. One of the 6 things you have to improve and rate yourself from 1 to 20 so you'll have a full result of which level you are as a lady is your timing. Do you feel the guy that he has to push you all the time back? Not one guy. One guy does it, all the guys that have to keep you in timing. If you make them feel like that, that means you're not confident on going back on your 1 or back on your 2, whatever timing you are. So how do you work the timing? Some people say, let's put in the background music while I'm doing chores and stuff like that. And I'm going to take this quote from Arnold Schwarzenegger. When you're pulling weights and you're in the gym, there is nothing but music there and you're doing your work. You don't have coffee breaks, energy drink breaks. You've done that before. You don't have a mobile. Same thing goes for your timing regimen practice, ladies. My advice is accept searching YouTube and finding where they have 1, 2, 3 and counting for you. Put your mobile out of the freaking room and practice by yourself without the guy. Another way of having good timing is learning a lot of footwork. Yes, maybe you don't like it in the beginning when the guy lets you go. If you're a beginner, I know how that feels. If you don't have a lot of, curriculum to put in, but you have to do a lot of dancing by yourself. So that will have to keep you on timing and try to find lessons that are easy for you, but you can do the timing version and listen to many different styles of salsa, because when you go out social dancing, what happens is you're not going to be listening only to one style of salsa. There's 30 different styles of music of salsa, maybe even more. If you go just the basics, Cuban, LA style, New York style, jazz style, which is the same, and Afro style, and it keeps going, R&B fusion, the original songs of Michael Jackson become salsa as well, Beethoven becomes salsa. All of these things, listen to them. Don't stay in one lane. Listen to all of them, because you have to be able to execute and get the guy off your back, pushing you always back on 1 or back on 2 or whatever the timing is. So that's our timing. I'm gonna let that sink in. Write it down, write a few notes of what I said. Just what I said is really gonna help you just become better, I promise you. And rate yourself that from 1 to 20, how good you are with timing. How much often do you get off the timing when the guy does combinations that you don't know and you just stop or freeze? Do you stay on the beat and just carry on like a knight, or do you just freeze? These are the things you wanna avoid. And I'm not blaming anybody right now. I'm just saying what you need to do in order to be better and feel better with yourself when you dance with somebody else. I still get asked to dance as a lady from many of my friends, and I know where you're coming from. And trust me, being on time and not having the guy care about you staying on time is very, very important. I know I said a little bit too much about the timing, but what can I say? I know you ladies understand about the chatting part, about even over-explaining things. Guys don't have a lot of patience with that. And if some of you guys are watching this, it's good for you to get some information from the other side and get those binoculars seeing from the other side how the lady has to learn so many things. And second thing that you have to learn out of the 6 is connection. I'm gonna help you first by showing the basic connection. So the man's hand, lady's hand, doesn't matter, follower, both are the same, have a slight bend, and that's it. Forget the hook, all right? Now, if you have styling in it, the guy is here and you have the styling, you hook with your styling, no problem, okay? Now, the connection is very important. When this happens, That's bad. That's bad because we stop the flow. Of course, it's not the end of the world, any of these things that I'm saying, guys, but rate yourself from 1 to 20. How many times do you slip away from the guy? Put it as a rule that you're going to hang on to that hand for dear life. He pulls you, you go. He pushes you, you go. He left, right, he does handwork. If he wants to let go, he's going to let go. So relax, just hang on to him, let him do his elbow thing. You see, I broke up. You gotta stay connected. Let him do that elbow thing and stay connected and let him lead you like that. Many ladies will break off this connection. And then when he wants to, he's gonna let go and go down. So the connection is so important, how we're pulling ourselves forward and back. And again, I would advise you, search the internet for connection videos. But be careful, avoid this hooking thing or pulling with the arm. It's your body weight you have to give to the guy and about 30% of it. All right, so these are the best advices that I can give you for only 2 of the 6 things. Let's go to the third one of my favorite ones. Ay, 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 you're gonna hate me. Spins. Yes, spins. Unless most of you out there might be doing on 1, on 2, mambo, yes? Millions of you, and you're doing what's called the crossbody style that has spins and has turns. Forget how many ways there are to spin on the left, on the right, with the hand there, with the leg up. There's basically only 2 types of turns, ladies. 2 types of spins, or actually 1 type of spin and 1 turn. That's on the spot spinning on 1 foot. And then the progressional turns, moving. So those are not spinning because you're stepping. So let's go first to the most scary one. I think it's the spins on the spot, because even if you're a beginner, you can do 3 or 4 while you're progressing and, push it through and be okay. But staying on 1 foot and do a spin, a double at least, I say if you can't do, sorry if I hurt you ladies, but it's the honesty coming out. If you can't do at least a double spin lead from the guy and finish with perfect balance and follow the beat back 1 or back on 2 or whatever and go with balance, you're not an advance yet. You are way away from it. So put yourself rating from 1 to 20, how good you are at spins and progressional turns. Don't make them into 2 categories, okay? Even if they're different. So spinning techniques, again, I would advise you check online. There's plenty of preparations. It's trying to stay on 1 foot. And it's a little bit psychological. You get afraid, and as you have 1 foot next to each other and you're spinning on 1, you want to touch the floor to feel safe and you cheat. Try to push your mind to say, I'll leave it up until my end comes and I'll use 70% of my muscles and only 30% of the energy of the guy to stop myself. So I'm very light. And guys are like doing you a double spin and then they just give you a few grams of stop and you stop by yourself on time and on the accent. And it's like, wow, that looks so impressive. So we really do have to learn to spin nicely, ladies, both from the right side and the left side and with different preparations. Be ready for that. Now for the progressional turns, the best advice that I can give you are 2 little things. Take an empty big bottle of water, about 1 liter, and stick it between your thighs, okay? And push it a little bit higher than your knees, all right? And hold it between your thighs, all right? And turn out your feet 45 degrees open and stand on the ball of your feet. And start turning left or right without letting the bottle drop from your feet. That will teach you to have very small and compact step. And try to turn a half a turn every step you take. Maybe you turn it a little bit less or more sometimes, but try to always get it half every beat. That gives you accuracy, spin, speed on your progressional spins, and they could be circular around the guy or progressional straight, whatever it is. Find that technique on YouTube and watch other ladies, how beautiful they do it. They don't even need a guy, and they just push themselves with the hand. So there you will tell yourself how good I am at spinning and progressional turns. Do I put most of the weight on the guy? Because that will not please him. I know it sounds all about pleasing the guy, but it's not about that. It's about trying to make you become second nature into what you do. So you come to the fifth and the sixth element that I'm going to mention, and then you will come out of the mold and express yourself. Just like the name of my school, Expressions. So let's move on to the next one. Now, the next one is a little bit tricky, and you might hate me because I'm going to do a small little ad now. Just allow me 10 seconds to show you our brand new premium product. I know it's ladies watching most of this video, but if you have a guy at home that you're dancing together, or if you want to download and give to your partner, you're meeting with someone and practicing, you can buy those for him. There are 50 salsa combinations, improver, intermediate, advanced, and master level, all with music and all with lessons. Let me just show you what I mean with it. Just 10 seconds. Thank you very much. 50 salsa combinations with music and then lessons for only $6.99. Improver, intermediate, advanced, and masterclass, plus one folder of 11 bonus videos. Purchase link in the description. Now, the lesson. Okay, ladies, thank you so much for your time. If you like to get that for your boo-boo or your husband, go on, the link is in the description, but this will help you. This is what I'm talking about. How good are you from 1 to 20 in following combinations? Because that comes to all the previous ones that I mentioned. You have to be very good at rhythm. You have to be very good with connection and your posture. I didn't mention that before, sorry. The posture also helps to connect the bones. And you have to be able to do at least double spins and progressional double or 3.5 at least to be able to dance and do all these things. But you're like, they're not enough to do combinations? No. And I've written down right here some things if you like to study these things. The spins and progressional turns, we mentioned them, but crossbody lead and crossbody lead with half a turn, crossbody lead with a full turn. They sound like beginner things, yeah? I had one of my students write these things down. These are the basics you need to do very, very, very well in fast salsa or medium salsa. If you can do a crossbody lead with a turn and the guy has to hold most of your weight, you're not working that nicely. So my advice is get yourself with a cha-cha song, which is nice and slow. If you're on 1, on 2, doesn't make a difference. It's slower. Don't put it fast cha-cha this fast as well. And dance them slowly without a partner. Develop the power to be able to do a crossbody lead with a turn on the time by yourself and stop with balance. Don't put all that weight on the guy every time for 4 minutes that he does a crossbody lead. Do you follow me a little bit? I don't want to sound bad, but that's the reality of the thing. I'm a lady too, and when I dance as a lady, that's what I do. I try to understand the guy. Well, not so much, but I try to learn and teach myself as many combinations. So in my classes, every week I try to show the lady steps, always to know the lady steps, to dance the lady steps. So I've learned so many combinations that when I go out and a guy knows many other combinations, I can adjust to them because I've practiced. And that leads me to the last a couple things here. How to do a copa, yes? How to do a 360. Write these things down. I also have a video here, how to do a 360 for the boy and the girl. For the copa, I have it in the moves, but learn that as well. Why am I telling you this ones? I told you I'm going to give you the weapons for each one of these 6. So in order to follow good combinations, you have to know all these basics in medium and fast speed to do a copa, a double spin. So once you get all that and the connection, then ladies, you're going to move on to a higher level that you can follow probably something you have never been led before because you're good on timing, you're good on connection, you're good on spinning, and you've learned all the basics, crossbody lead with turns. And we have 7 different ways of holding. So I can do a crossbody lead with a turn with 7 different ways of holding. Multiply that with, I can do it with a 360 as well. I can also do it forward, back, left, right, up, down, multiply it by 6. So there's thousands of possibilities for you that the guy could do. So even if you've learned 10, 20, 30 combinations in class, still not enough. Give yourself more time. Give yourself another year to learn 30 more combinations. So when you go out and somebody does so many things that you start to understand and know them. So knowledge is power. Getting out there. I know we have COVID's 2021, but there are parties. They do wear masks. Tell your teacher to put more social and practice freestyle. Learn to follow combinations. How much are you from 1 to 20 and following combinations, combining with the first ones as well? Okay? So please do not take them as a way of an attack. Has nothing to do with it. I'm in your shoes. I dance as a lady every day, but I know what the guys expect. And trust me, after this, after me doing this for over 20 years, I've seen my ladies evolve. I've seen them turn into very fat spinners and stopping, and I'm always excited. It's been 2 decades, and today and yesterday, some of my girls were double spinning and stopping by themselves without even a little bit of ground help. And I was like, Jesus, give me some. I need that. Let's move on to the next one. Ladies, if you stayed until this part for the 5th and the 6th element, which I know I haven't mentioned it, and I know you have been asking for it, but it's so worth it for you waiting till the end of this video, because we're talking about styling, about hands. I mean, how difficult is it for you to follow the guy, stay on the rhythm, magically know what he wants, and have the time, the reflex, as I call it, the reflex, to remember that you're going to do that styling. Even if you did it 100 times at the class, when it comes out of nowhere, you need time to develop that reflex. So don't blame yourself. You need to go out and dance with different people all the time, different hands, different heights, different schools, different styles. That will offer you the best thing of styling. What do I mean? For example, you dance with a beginner. He does a crossbody lead and a turn. He does a little bit of right turn, left turn, and you're bored. Why? That's the best opportunity to start slowly applying your styling when you're turning, and start making, after you learn all the previous ones I told you, then it's like driving a car. First, you learn to remember the clutch, the stop, the gas, the gear, left, right, lights, turn, mirror, all this, 5, 6 things you have to think about. Well, and then now that you're driving, I'm sure every lady, you just say, I'm going to drive, and you're talking on the phone and it happens automatically. How did I get there? So all the previous 4, I need you to practice them and study them so deep that you follow and stay connected without have to thinking about it, becoming second nature. I need you, the 1, 2, 3, and 4 that I've mentioned, which is your timing, your connection, your spins, and how you follow combinations. First, get in a mode and let yourself slowly find those fractions of a second that you know that the guy is going to do that, and you're going to try to apply. Oh, I hit something. And there is a message. Sorry, guys. I'll leave it on. It's nice. Okay, so when you open up that hand after the turn, or when you want to lift it up for styling, or when you want to go in, learn about the hands. So rate yourself from 1 to 10. I don't like ladies that are styling a lot and they're not following me. They're just throwing their hands up and down. But I do love a lady that just follows 2, 3 basics on time and looks very sexy. She moves her shoulders, her bum, and she's cute and smiling. So please work on the previous ones. Put your rates over the 10 from 1 to 20, and you'll be able to do it as second nature. And then your reflex will get better every time you get led the same thing and you throw your styling in. Do not do what most ladies do. Go learn a bunch of hand movements and pray to God that they're gonna somehow squeeze into your salsa dancing or freestyle bachata dancing or tango dancing. It's not gonna help out, Because when you go out, you can't think of many things. Just think, tonight, I'm going to be thinking whenever a guy does a crossbody lead with the turn and I have the right hand free, I'm going to make sure I lift it up and bring it down with style. That's it. You keep on doing it until it becomes second nature. Then you move on to the next one. You can't do that to yourself, girls. You can't go out and think, I'm going to think of that. I'm going to have great spins, great connection, but take one at a time. Every time you go social, think of one thing only. Yes? So now we're going to the end. Oh, I don't know if you're bored of me. I decided, because it's ladies, that you might enjoy the extra talk, not to be racist, but I have actually pulses in my EEGs that are pulsing like ladies. So maybe that's why, I don't know, I became a Latin dancer. And I really do enjoy the lady steps more than the guys, because they are beautifully put together to make the lady look good in Latin. So the last thing, you might think there's not much different, this sixth one, then I want you to grade yourself again from 1 to 20. You might think it's the same thing with styling, but it's not. The fifth is styling, when to find the reflex to do it. The sixth is called musicality. That's completely different. That's on completely another level. So what do I mean? Imagine you're dancing a song, doom dee dum dum doom ding da dum dum dum, and you've lifted the hand. Very nice. Imagine you're lifting up the hand because you know the music is gonna go da da bing. It's gonna give an accent, and you're not gonna do it softly. You're gonna go doom dee dum dum da da bing. And you're gonna move on purpose, faster than the timing, to follow that instrument. I have a list here about musicality. Go study some of that so you understand better of what I'm talking about. So you can mold it down into three things. You say you want to become second nature follower, so you can then embrace the styling. Don't learn the styling first and then the feet, because then you have to change the hands again when you learn the proper footwork. It's like getting in the car and fixing the mirror for an hour and then adjust the chair. Then you have to fix the mirror again. The mirror being the hands and the chair being your body. So learn correctly your 360, your spins and all that. And after they become second nature, you'll be able to walk in the styling and musicality, where you'll be opening your arms without bothering the guy. Just you have the time and give it back on time, even if he's crazy with combinations. I've danced with ladies like that, and I'm so attracted to that because they're moving their body to the music and they're following great. They have a nice connection. They have, like, all of them, all of the six things I've mentioned, 20, 20, 20, 20, which are very rare. They're just maybe 5 in the world like that. And I had the honor of dancing with them. I'm not going to mention them. Maybe you find them, because there are many other ladies that do excel in 4 out of 6 that I've mentioned in this Let's Talk Salsa video, which still can become, champions. Doesn't really matter. But the first thing, of course, timing. You can never get away with it. So ladies, I could really expand this a lot more and really talk to you a lot more about all these things, but I would suggest go and study each one the way I explained them to you, and rate yourself in each one of these 6 things and put the final result together. And that's how you judge yourself. Not strictly, not harshly. I'm a middle from the 10. I'm under the base. I ain't no good and I ain't got no time. Yeah, maybe you've got spins. Maybe you've got a perfect connection and you don't have timing. I'll put you in the timing because you have a perfect connection. And you'll get in the timing and you'll get into the spirit if you have patience enough. All right? If you're a good follower with the combinations and you have good timing and you don't have a lot of styling, keep on working on your combination so that you become following second nature. Following becomes second nature. And then you can apply your hands when you are ready. And then please reach to that last level where you're gonna know the music. When I'm gonna stop, you're gonna stop without me putting extra force because you know the song or you know musicality. Again, check my list on musicality. It will change your life. Each song should be a different experience. So ladies, I hope you watched this to the end. If you did, please leave me your questions in the comments below. I would really like to study even further into these 6 things. I gave as much as possible information as I could because I think it's very important. I get asked from all my ladies these things and I put them to write down 6 things that they have to improve. So, no, I haven't been cheating, but yeah, I have. Here it is. We have timing, connection, spins, progression on the spot, following combinations, styling to come naturally from following, and musicality. Have those 6 things, progress slow, and now that you have your target, aim at it, girls, hit it, and nail it. See you on the next video.